Welfare inspection of laying hens, caged and alternative. This is a breakdown of the Irish egg industry. Annual egg production is made up of 75% from cage systems and 25% from alternative systems. The alternative systems are broken down into 20% from free range, 5% in barn, and less than 1% are organic. The counties where the eggs are produced, most of them, as you can see from this graph, are produced in Monaghan with 37%, 14% from Cavan, and the rest produces 49%. The cage system, of those in Monaghan, 66% of the producers in Monaghan use the cage system and 1% in Cavan use the cage system. And here we can see alternative systems. 21% of producers in Cavan use the alternative systems, 20% in Monaghan and 39% in the rest. Alternative systems are covered by SI 92 of 2002. All were built, rebuilt or reinstated since 2002, and for all animals they have to be in this system after the 1st of January 2007. Facilities, the nests was one nest per 7 hens, and group nests with 1 square metre per 120 hens. Some of the things that are specified in the alternative systems are: perches should have no sharp edges, not above the litter, 15 centimetres per perch per hen, 30 centimetres of horizontal between perches, and 20 centimetres horizontal between perch and wall. The levels should be no more than 4 levels, and less than 59% headroom between levels. Equal food and water access, and dropping should be not falling on hens below. Cage systems can be unenriched conventional cages. These have been allowed from 2003, but will be outlawed after the 1st of January 2012. Hens may be kept in unenriched cages. The amount of space that has to be given to the hen is 550 centimetres squared per hen in unrestricted, and the height has to be greater than 40 centimetres over 65% of the cage, or not less than 35 centimetres at any point. Cage systems and unenriched conventional cages from the 1st of January 2003 have to have a floor support forward-facing clause, and the slope of floor not greater than 14% or 8 degrees. This is how you calculate the cage slope. The depth of the cage is 50 centimetres. The cage height at the back, P, is 33 centimetres. The cage height at the front, S, is 40 centimetres. So the floor slope, 8%, is worked out by the formula as shown on the slide. In unenriched conventional cages from 1st of January 2003, the cage should be fitted with a suitable chlor shortener. They should have a total area of 2,000 centimetres squared and 750 centimetres squared per hen. At least 600 square centimetres of this should be usable per hen, and the height has to be 20 centimetres at every point. In rich cages, from the 1st of January 2003, they should have nest, a litter, 15 centimetres of perch per hen per cage, and a chlor shortener. Is ventilation satisfactory? Ventilation should keep the temperature, gas, dust and relative humidity within healthy limits. There's a maximum ventilation rate and a minimum ventilation rate, and air circulation should be uniform and draft free. Noxious gases can build up, and you could have poor ventilation when you've got a low ambient temperature. It's important that waste is removed often, and that wet litter shouldn't build up. Ammonia, 5 to 15 parts, can be detectable by smell. 10 to 20 parts per million can cause adverse effects on humans, 25 to 50% can cause increased risk of respiratory disease, and greater than 50%, 50 plus parts per million can direct effects on layers, eyes, and respiratory tract. Is ventilation satisfactory? What to look for: thermometers, automated thermostats, air quality in the shed, litter quality, and feces disposal. How long is the rest period where artificial light is used? The light in darkness is a deprivation, so SI 98 of 2002 said the light should be sufficient to allow hens see each other, be seen, to investigate and act normally. 24-hour cycle with twilight and 8 hours interrupted darkness, and the light should be 35 to 65 lux. Depends on the stage of cycle the hens are at, and the lower tiers of the cages can get aggression and localized bunching, and the light can be used for forced molting. Adequacy of the litter, which is mentioned under SI 98 of 2002. Materials can give rise to health problems, mites and worms. Litter is also needed for behaviour, foraging and scratching. An enriched cage is adequate litter to allow pecking and scratching hen. Equipment maintenance. Questions that you need to ask is: how regularly is automated equipment checked? Greater than once a day. What alternatives are present should feeding or environmental equipment breakdown occur? And what is the action plan? Is there a functioning alarm system and generator? This must be present. Are the hens provided with adequate feed and water? Feeders specified under SI 98/2002 or alternative housing should have unrestricted access, 10 centimetres of linear feeder per hen and 4 centimetres of circular feeder per hen. Unenriched cage should have 10 centimetres of feeder per hen, and an enriched cage should have 12 centimetres of feeder per hen. Are the hens provided with adequate feed and water? The water supply specified under 98/2002 is the alternative should have unrestricted access, 2.5 centimetres per hen of continuous drinkers, 1 centimetre per hen of circular trough, 1 nipple drinker or cup per 10 hens. Plumb drinking points, 2 nipple drinkers or cups within reach of each hen. Are the hens provided with adequate feed and water? Unenriched cage should have unrestricted access, 10 centimetres of linear trough per hen, plumb drinking points, 2 nipple drinkers or cups per cage. An enriched cage should have unrestricted access, plumb drinking points, 2 nipple drinkers or cups per hen per cage. The end. Any questions? Thank you.